All right, welcome to episode 19 of the Jersey Boys.
What's up, everybody? Ronnie A here with Joe the Rash Silva and a very special guest this evening, Joe.
Our good friend, Lorenzo Crescibene.
Oh, say it again.
Crescibene.
I mean, I love it.
You like that?
It sounds like
good.
Someone's got to start cooking when I hear that name.
Yeah, but you know, we got Ronnie A, we got Joey the Rash. We also call him Lorenzo Luna because we're here in Luna Sound.
Luna Sound.
So what do you think?
Why do we call it Luna Sound?
I named it. I love the moon growing up.
Okay.
Luna, you know, moon is Luna.
Right.
You know, in Italian. I loved the moon. So
It's actually a gorgeous moon tonight. I don't know if you happen to see it. I'm dead
Is
serious.
it?
Yeah, it's actually a gorgeous little
Wow,
sliver.
nice,
What do they
nice.
call that? Crescent
moon. or
Beautiful.
something, yeah.
It's gorgeous.
But
Yeah.
so I always had a love for the moon. So that seemed to like work out real easy.
That's it.
Hey, remember
That's it. Bright light.
Moonstruck?
Moonstruck.
Right?
Yeah.
And what was that? Cosmo's Moon.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
Cosmo's Moon. Where's Cosmo's Moon?
He could watch a movie one time and he would recite the whole.
That was a great movie, though. That was
That was,
Cher.
yeah,
She
Cher.
was in it.
Nicolas
and
Cage.
Nicolas Cage, right? My
And
hand.
Danny
My
Aiello.
hand.
Danny Aiello.
Right. Yeah.
He's a local, no?
Yeah.
He lives in, I think he's from New York originally, but he lives in
Yeah,
Jersey. He lives
yeah.
in
He does
Jersey.
a lot of stuff
Yeah.
now.
He
Yeah.
does. So here we are. So tell us a little bit about what you do, why you do what you do, and how long you've been doing it.
I've been doing it since 1979. I've lived here my whole life. My folks came from Italy. We built the house. But in 79, I built the studio.
And by the way,
Yeah.
we're in North Caldwell,
North Cornwall.
New Jersey.
Now that's funny because I thought we were in Little Falls.
Because explain.
What
happened?
Lorenzo, explain.
Right on the borderline. My house, the only house. The rest is Little Falls, and the woods is Cedar Grove. So as I was explaining before, growing up, which was so strange, I had to be bused to West Essex.
Right.
So I would hang out with one group of kids, but then when I would come home, I'd hang out and play with everybody from Passaic Valley. I never
Right.
like hung with kids from school.
Right.
So it's really crazy. The postman comes for us and the garbage
Yeah.
still. So every house.
So you're in Essex County, but right
and
across the
that's
street is
Passaic
County.
County, yes.
Yeah.
It's right
Amazing.
where the three towns meet.
So when you went to your high school, 1 year ahead of you was who? Joe
Joe Piscopo.
Piscopo.
Right ahead
right?
of me. Right.
And then you went to school with Frankie Valley's
daughter Tony, yes, which I
Right.
still remain real good friends with. She's terrific.
Wow.
You know.
And I know the last time I was here with you hanging out, I thought Tommy Devito
Right.
had died from the Four Seasons, right?
Because you don't make mistakes like that too
He
often.
made a mistake this
You know
time.
why though?
Very
Because-
rarely.
You know why? Because in the Jersey Boys, the play, the
Oh,
Jersey
I was
Boys.
going to say, did we have him on?
One day we're gonna have our own Broadway
Just had
play.
a
so-
big
good.
No, but check this out though. The play, Jersey Boys,
Right.
Frankie Valley and the Four Seasons, they made it seem like at the end of
That's
the
what you were
play,
saying. Yeah,
like
yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
DeVito had died.
Right.
So here I am with Lorenzo. I'm looking at a picture of Tommy DeVito on the wall. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't he die? And he goes, nah, I don't think so. So what does he do? He calls up Bobby Valley, puts him on speakerphone, and says, hey Bobby, I'm here with my friend Joe. Did Tommy DeVito die? He's like, no, he's all right. He's alive.
Love
Because he was here not so long ago, Tommy DeVito. That's why we're talking. There's a sign in my control room. I don't know if you,
No
I don't know if
schools?
you know,
I saw that.
absolutely no
What does that
stool.
mean? No one can come hang
Because
out?
Tommy DeVito came in. I'm sorry, Tom, if you ever see this, but he came in and he wanted a stool. Because you see, it's like the way I keep it in there. Because he brought in a girl to produce. I think she was from Nashville or Vegas or whatever. And he was sitting in there and he wanted a stool. And I'm watching into the control in the booth, and he kept going like, matter of fact, it was this stool.
Come on.
And he kept going like this, and he's banging the wall. And like I'm like looking, I try to keep the place nice. I kept looking and looking. I couldn't even concentrate anymore on what was going on. Her singing it. I kept looking. I see a little chip, and then another little chip.
Oh, no.
So he goes to talk to her in the booth. I moved the stool like 6 inches further from the wall. He comes in, he's listening to music, starts doing this. And before you know it, I had a hole in the wall like that. I'm not kidding.
Is this pre-renovation? Or
No,
is
well,
this-
that was in that wall, and I'm telling
It's only a
you,
few years
he
ago, right?
wasn't even halfway down the street. Had tools.
I believe
I'm
that,
not
though.
kidding,
I
man.
believe that.
Like I was like,
This is-
so that's why, and I went up, made that sign that day, and put it on the wall. Absolutely no schools.
I was going to tell,
That's
tell
awesome.
him no coffee in there.
No,
either.
coffee you can
He's all
have.
right, all right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Kinda like a person
Hey,
that walks
absolutely.
Absolutely.
What's the matter?
So listen to this. So we're gonna get like a tour of this place. We're gonna see everything. I mean, it's amazing. You would never imagine, you drive down the street,
Oh my goodness.
residential neighborhood, and to have what you have here in your house. This is just as good, if not better, than what they have in, Nashville, New York, you name it, right?
Well,
Just as good.
technology's changed, so
Yeah.
you don't need the space like you used to. You needed big rooms and big consoles. Like you see, I don't even have a console.
Yeah.
So like when I first did away with analog stuff, because I had a 24-track machine and the console and all the rack gear.
Right.
Look, people, oh, it's impressive. But now everything's done in the computer, so you have unlimited tracks. It's hard drive based. So the bigger your hard drive, the more tracks, the more, which they call plugins today. Like Reverb was a rack space. Now you can you buy software
Right.
or hard drives full of sounds. So it's changed.
Yeah.
And the sound is
Amazing,
So
man.
it is amazing, and we took a little look at it before, but we're going to go back in there
Cool.
and
Yep.
show everybody what you have in there. But we are
And
also
you two
going
guys
to
are going to sing in the booth.
Well,
you
I
said
already sang
before.
already. You
He's-
know I
he's got
sang
an
it
album.
once
It's sounding good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
I might be leaving the Jersey Boys because I do
That's
have
what
a
I heard. I don't know if he told you that yet.
No,
did he?
it wouldn't shock me. It would not shock me, right?
But it just goes to show you how good he is because he can make anybody sound.
No, that's not true.
Right?
No, I can't make anybody sound
Oh,
good.
come on.
Joe, that
Try.
was a dig. You might not have picked that up, but that was a dig.
No, no,
That was him saying, no, I didn't
That
make it
wasn't
sound
for
good.
you. That wasn't for you.
No, but Lorenzo, he knows everybody, and one of the guys that he knows is a very good friend of ours, Joe Battaglia.
Joe Battaglia.
Right?
Love Joe.
Love Joe. He's a great guy.
Joe,
and,
yeah, phenomenal guy.
Guy's awesome.
I mean, I met Joe back, I guess late 70s, maybe early 80s, but I was doing a song called Bells for Baby. It was a anti-abortion song.
Yeah.
And Joe was the general manager at WWDJ in
Right.
Hackensack. And I was a nervous wreck. And he had a suit and he's sitting behind a desk. I walk in with like a cassette, I guess, at the time. And he's the nicest guy in the world. We became
It wasn't an
great
8-track?
friends.
It wasn't an
I
8-track?
no, I think it was a cassette. It was right after the And we became great friends. And George Flores
Yeah,
is one of
yeah,
my
George.
closest best friends
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah.
I love George. So the three of us really connected. We've done a lot of things together. And through the years, we just remained good brothers, good friends, man.
Is that how you guys first got connected? Through
Yeah.
Battaglia?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Where? NRB?
Well, I
Where'd you
heard
guys-
I knew of Lorenzo many years ago because of Joe Battaglia and Joe Pellegrino.
Okay.
But we had
Okay.
never met.
Okay.
Mary Ann and Holly
again,
and
Joe.
Ashley.
Say it
Mary
again.
Ann, play the music.
There'll be some music in there later.
Every time we say my wife's name, like the birds have to fly. Disney character.
She floats.
But
She flutters.
the dance school that the girls went to, Dance World Academy in Clifton,
Oh, yeah.
they would come here and do like a little, was
And
it?
they do their senior speeches.
Yeah. So
Oh, they record
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So they bring in gosh, 30 kids in a shot. They come in, they go in the booth, they do their speech. The next one come, so that waiting room's filled. They just do it, and then I guess at the recital
they get up in gowns, like red wig
and
gown,
it's recorded, and they just play it as they're walking out.
and they
Wow,
thank
that's
Donna
pretty
Farinella
cool.
for 12 years of dance, and we love
Right,
you. And
yeah,
they give us some
right.
roses, and they do. Everybody's crying. This is my last year dance. And so Lorenzo's behind that. He's
Nice.
behind that, so he does the.
But that was
soundtrack.
wild. But then the last time, not the last time, but one of the first times I guess that I seen you, met you, was at Joe Battaglia's.
Right, and it was unfortunately, it was fortunate for us that we
For
had a
us,
chance to
right.
spend some time with Luann, Joe's wife, before she
Okay,
passed.
okay.
It was on that Saturday, so Lorenzo and George Flores was there, and just before they arrived, Holly and Ashley and Marianne, we were there, and Holly sang a little bit. And we brought some cupcakes that Holly had made, and we just hung out for a little bit, and then Lorenzo and George showed up, and then
Awesome.
we were at the repast together as well.
Right.
Yeah.
That's when we kind of started
Yeah.
going through Joe Pellegrino, which I love him too.
Yeah, so
Great
Joe
guy,
is-
man.
Right?
He's aces.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He
man.
really is, man.
So now he's well connected, and now he's connected with the Jersey Boys.
That's right. I'm in.
He just got taken to the next level.
That's right.
Hey, so this morning we had breakfast with Battaglia, and he was telling us about where he grew up in Totowa.
Right.
Were you ever there or no?
Oh yeah.
Well, the story is like this morning. I was like a little kid in a candy shop.
Right next to
listening
where
to
the
that.
car wash
Yeah,
was over
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
1,000 square foot garden in the back.
amazing.
What are you kidding?
The
Homemade
grapevine.
wine.
Yeah,
Yep.
the grapevine. That was before my dad passed in '97, but even before that, Joe brought his father and uncle over, and they're talking like, you know, the old Italian stuff, talking Italian in the garden. My father's garden wasn't that big, but it was the whole backyard.
Yeah.
You know, but then Joe's parents, you go up to mom, you couldn't leave without eating. Like, they're great people, man. I mean, it's just that warmth.
Yep.
That,
Incredible culture, man.
Man, what a breed. Like, and you know, and which is just kind of sad is that our parents and grandparents are gone. Just tradition changes and just.
So it's up to us, though.
I know you try.
You gotta do it,
right? But my father, like, I mean, like I said, he was a baker. But like for Christmas, with the fish, soaking them for days and making.
Did you have eel in the tub? Did you have live eel in the bathtub?
He used to make the homemade soup de sock. We had a room over there hanging over the thing, homemade wine, everything was homemade.
Man.
Homemade pizza from scratch, not buy the dough. You know, he used to put the towels over. You know, and I should have learned it.
So you know what it is, though? I'll tell you what I think the big part of it is. Today we move so fast, right? Our culture, our world is so fast that they're not going to take the time. Oh, that takes too long. Oh, that's too much work. Instead of just saying, no, just do it.
It's all fast food.
Yeah.
You know?
Now it's one thing that like I wish I would, you know, hey, let me show you how to do this. Hey, next time. He went to Italy, you know, back and forth to Italy. You know, his house where he was raised is still there. You know, Cucine. Our cousins live there now. They want to bring me back. And I was always on the road with bands. Hey, next time.
I know, man.
You know,
it's never too late to start. No, right? You gotta learn. That's what this morning with Battaglia. That's what I said. So we got to do something. We got to go get the grapes. Let's learn how to make wine.
Really.
Let's start. You know, shame on us for not doing it. This guy, listen. You love pizza. He should open up a pizzeria.
Should.
You don't need to make it. You don't need to touch it. Just be in there. You manage everybody. That's what you do well.
Let's see what happens with the real estate.
He's gonna knock it out of the park, my man.
Yeah. So everybody out there, I'm training.
Joey DaRash Silva.
I'm training to get my real estate license soon.
Are you? Good for you.
We got to pass the test though.
You'll be fine.
And today, I got to tell you about today.
You'll be fine.
I almost walked out today. Because today was all about the math.
Snapshot about the math. He goes, look. He goes, that, like, you know, what's that emoji, right, with the eyes wide open? And I'm like, oh, dude, I love that stuff. Like, I love the numbers.
I made the announcement. I said, my buddy who got me into this, he loves this stuff. Everybody's like, I hate this. I'm like, my buddy loves this stuff.
I guess such a
Fred is the trainer. I'm like, Fred, I said, is it going to be like this all the time? He goes, don't worry about it. There's like 8 questions on the test that are like this. I'm like, good. Everything else is multiple choice.
That's it, man.
I got to know the vocabulary.
It's all about vocab.
Yeah.
That's it. The test is, look, here's the deal. You need a 70 to pass. Once you pass. You take your book, you burn it in the fire because you'll never look at it again. Right. And everything else is on the job. It's what it is. It's relationships, working with people, and then you learn your product.
And I know NAR.
National Association of Realtors.
That's right.
Keep going. It's all about vocab, man. You rip right through it. And after that,
MLS.
they'll buy
MLS.
Multiple listing service. They'll buy Joe Silva. You know what I mean? That's what they're going to buy. Joey DaRash Silva comes to the Battaglia group soon. Very soon.
And last night we were hanging out with Shane Force, right?
Shane.
Mortgage.
Was that last night?
That was last night.
That feels like a long time ago. My memory's fading.
It was last night.
It is.
Yeah. I've been going like that since, I don't know how long now.
I'll tell you right now.
From morning to night.
We went to are you a Yankee fan at all?
Of course.
So we went to the game.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, Mariano I saw up there.
Yeah, and we're going to show that too. Mariano Rivera, Girardi.
Last night we were at the game. It's the only way I would have stayed at that game is because we were in the Audi Club. Eating like gavones and toasted warm. It was nice.
Shrimp.
It was nice. Everything.
I had like 3 plates of
Otherwise, I would have left in the second inning.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And last night, I was trying to be good, but I couldn't do it.
I thought you were great.
Anybody out there who knows, the keto program? No,
no, you definitely were not keto. You were not.
You know why? Because when I was on the phone with that one guy who was calling me about that other business.
What, you stayed in front of the ice cream booth?
No, I got yelled at too.
For what?
Because they had some chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm on the phone, and when I'm on the phone, I'm pacing, I'm walking around, and I went by and I grabbed one. 2 minutes later, I come by, I grab another. The lady says to me, please use the tongs. I said, no problem. I said, no problem. You know what? Those tongs have more bacteria on it than my fingers do.
Right, no doubt. Yeah.
You gotta sit there. People,
right, absolutely.
Think about it. You go to a buffet, right?
Oh, forget it.
Everybody's
it's the
using the
dirtiest place
same.
ever.
Right.
So the guy goes in the bathroom. He's blowing his nose and doing something else. Now he comes out. He grabs.
What is that
thing.
something else?
Well, you know.
Not forget.
You know what I'm talking about. He comes out of the bathroom, right? He comes out and he grabs that same spoon that you're gonna use now. Right?
True.
That's how people get sick.
I tell you, yeah, not for nothing, but how many times you notice that you're in a bathroom, public bathroom, a guy goes
Yeah,
to the
wash
bathroom
your
and he
hands.
walks out.
Right.
What are you doing, dude?
Right, right.
What are you doing?
So anybody out there, if you don't do it, we're watching, and we're gonna start taking names. We're gonna start taking
I won't
names.
touch him. I won't
I
touch
get
him. I
paper
wash the hands,
towel
paper
usually.
towel.
Right.
Everyone's
Or
got
like
the
if
garbage
somebody's
pail
walking,
now.
I go out and I use my arm, the door's half open.
And you know what I carry now with me?
I love it.
The hand sanitizer.
Good.
Take it out of my bag. I even do a little bit of this.
So here's the. Never did that with the olive oil.
Yeah,
Thomas.
right? Know that, Tom?
Oh, yeah. Talk about olive oil.
Go ahead.
Perfect. When I was with the Duprees, Mike Arnone, he was one of the original guys, but we were touring, we were all over. I forgot where we landed. We were on some island. And I'll never forget Long Island. But I'll never forget it. We're laying on the beach. He opens his bag. He has virgin olive oil, and he's going like this.
Oh, man.
And I go, Mike, hey, it's good to eat, man. It's got to be. And this is going way back.
Maybe
Now
lobster.
forget about it.
Wow.
I couldn't believe this is true. And actually, he had a thing of virgin olive oil. Everybody's putting like suntan lotion on. He's like, this is the olive oil.
He's all greased up and ready to go.
You know what I-
know?
did he
Like
get-
now,
did he bake?
forget it. He was dark.
You know what I did?
Nice.
No, I got burnt. My prom, the morning of.
1960. when was-
I look like the good humor man. I had a white tux, and a girl like Valerie Russo. She was wearing a white with a red
She
like.
had like a cummerbund that was like 16 inches
I had the
thick.
the red cummerbund with the red bow tie.
Nice.
All right. I look like the good humor man, but here's the thing. I wanted to get a little color for
Love
that
it.
night. So about 12 o'clock, I go on my back deck. I put oil on me.
Oil, like
Oil, like baby oil.
Oh.
And I lay
wow.
down, I fell asleep, I woke up like 2 hours later, I looked like a lobster. So here I am, white tuxedo, red cummerbund, red bow
face.
tie, and a red face.
That was your first experience with the 5 Ps. You
Yeah,
should have been doing
I-
that the day before,
I know,
2
I
days
know.
before.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
They used to put, I don't know if you ever heard of this, back in the day too, with baby oil, used to put iodine in it. Did you ever hear of that?
No.
Some
No.
people put actually iodine on it. And
Was that like self-tanning lotion then, or what?
I don't know. But I remember like a couple of my friends used to.
The bottom line is I couldn't enjoy it because I was like sweating so much because my body
You were so
temperature
hot.
was like 100. And I'm sitting there, and like, you know when you get that like sticky feeling, like my mom put like
Aloe.
aloe all over me. So I'm like standing like this,
Yeah.
walking around. Hey, you want to dance? I don't dance anyway because I'm not doing this. You know, I sit down. I
I've
couldn't
seen
even
you
do
dance. You dance.
I can dance now, but back then I
all right.
couldn't dance.
Okay.
I can dance now, but back then I couldn't. But I'm sitting down, and I couldn't enjoy anything. I could not enjoy anything, and and that was it. I think we went down to Point Pleasant that night too. That was
Typical, right?
the place to go. Seaside and in Point Pleasant.
So Brian said this week, was that you? Who said it this weekend? So we were down ashore this weekend and we were all together. We were working in at our house that we just got, and the kids are talking about the prom. And I don't know if it was Brian or you were like, oh, this would be a great place, for the prom, to
That
come
was
down
Brian.
here. I said, oh, it'll be great. And I'll be right here. Fantastic. You can bring all your
Perfect.
friends. And I'll be sleeping in between you.
Nice.
Hey, so here's one for you. So this will be good. You got a good old Italian boy, right, from Jersey. Well, you grew up here?
Yeah.
Or were you in New York first?
Right
or no?
here.
Right here? So you're talking about the olive oil, right?
Right,
You've
right.
already taken it out.
Right,
But,
right.
did you grow up with the crazy antidotes from like your mother and your grandmother with like the homemade stuff? Did you grow up with any of the craziness?
Like what? Like what do you mean?
Like when we had a cold, my mother,
Oh.
she used to take the $50 and she would put olive oil on you. And
That
she
one-
would
that
wrap
one
it
ain't
in a cloth and put a cup over the top of it.
A heated cup.
Yeah, and it would be like
heated.
Vicks, and all of a sudden there was all
Supposed to
smoke
suck it out
coming
of
out.
it.
Is that
Yeah.
like Fredo and Godfather? Remember that in Fredo and Godfather?
That we never did. I heard
Yeah.
that. No, I didn't have.
And
that.
it works.
Yep.
It works.
But you remember in Godfather when Fredo was a little baby?
Oh, yeah,
and he was
yeah,
sick,
yeah,
and then the
you're
mother took
right.
like she burnt like a candle
Right.
and.
Oh yeah, homemade,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I
yeah.
used to get earaches all the time. And my grandmother, she used to take sheets and she would cut them in strips.
It's called wax. You got wax in your ears.
No, she would melt wax. She would melt wax, candlestick wax.
And then suck it out.
Take the strips, put it in, and then she would wrap it around a pencil and create a cone. And so you had an earache, and you lay down on a table like this, and she'd put
Light-
the cone in your ear, light
light-
the other
yeah.
end up, like a flame, They sell them now.
Exactly.
She
Air
would've been a
candling.
multi-millionaire.
Air candling. Exactly.
Yes.
Because I've actually done that. And that
Unbelievable.
works, man.
Oh, then you unravel it.
You can't. It's really. I mean, you see all the stuff in here. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the wax comes in here like a size of an eraser from a pencil.
Totally.
Wow.
Totally.
Really.
Incredible.
I've done that a couple of times. Yeah.
Nice stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's
man.
cool.
They
Nice
have
stuff.
the health food stores.
Yeah.
Air
Yeah.
candling. Amazing.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
going on.
Wow.
No, I mean I'm 43, but she was doing that to my mother and her other.
He's a young kid, 43.
Young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting older by the day.
We all are.
Hey, I know.
That's it. I'll never catch you. No matter how hard I try,
I
I'm
know,
never
I
gonna
know.
catch
And
you.
they'll never catch me.
That's it. See? All good.
So
All
tell
good.
us about some of the stories of having people come here. Anything you can talk about?
Who's the most exciting one? Who's the most?
Besides us?
Tonight.
Yeah.
This is
Good answer. This guy's good.
You know,
Good.
in different ways, they're all exciting. It's you never know, like you never know who's going to come in. Who a lot of times you just get calls. They want to book, the studio. I don't know who it actually is, and sometimes I wish they'd tell me some names I can't mention who've been here because they come here a lot of times because they want to get away from New York and they want to off the beaten path where they're not noticed. They can come in without dressing up and and hanging out. But a lot of I mean they're all exciting. Every day it's something different.
How many years you doing this now?
Since '79.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Wow.
So it'll be next year. It'll be
Incredible.
40
Almost 40
years. Yeah, and I actually built this. That's when I got saved in '79 to start recording my own music.
Okay.
I was writing Christian music with this girl Annette, and we started writing, and then God had a different plan, man. Which thank you Jesus, because then I just started taking off as a business.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because
So this was a hobby. You weren't.
yeah,
Right?
I was on the road with, playing with different bands and all. I just want to start writing my own stuff. And I remember even coming home from gigs, like 3 o'clock in the morning, putting my headphones on and writing, and just really got, emerged. I loved it. And then thank God, just took off. And then from that, got into a little radio and TV. But
Amazing.
one of the closest friends that I could talk about that I love, Eddie Brigati. I think I brought him up before from the Rascals. I love him. He's a close friend. The Rascal, How Can I Be Sure, was one of my favorite songs in the world. And he was just even when my dad in his last months would come over, sing to him, put flowers up the steps, bring. You don't forget that stuff. So I love I grew up my first bands was playing Young Rascal tunes, Good Lovin' and Groovin' and all that. Then to become, he's like family, and he comes here a lot. We hang out, but I mean stuff like that's real cool. And his brother Dave, I'm real close with, and they bring people down, but we see him write and stuff. It's just incredible,
Awesome, man.
So what are some of the things that you're doing right now? What are you working on now?
Right now, just working on. I let you hear a little thing I did, which I can't. I wish I could let hear because it's not done yet. But a Frankie Valli medley. I'm working with this girl,
Which was awesome, by the way.
Very
Awesome.
talented, and I'm working with her doing some stuff. Writing Monday, I'm working with another woman that we're starting to write some new Christian stuff. I get just a lot of groups in the 50s and 60s come in, do a lot of video stuff. So thank God, I stay busy with just different projects, and it's fun because one day you might have an amateur just starting out that's very creative and needs direction, and the next day you have somebody that's well known. I think I told you the story. I was telling you last time. One of the funny stories was Dionne Warwick came down and. Hey Dionne, how are you? Can I get you anything? And she goes, yeah. Can you get me a Pepsi? And I said, I was wishing. Why didn't somebody tell me? I would have had the refrigerator stocked with Pepsi.
Right.
So
the one thing you don't have, right?
The one thing I don't have. So I go in the refrigerator. I have Gatorade, iced tea, anything but. I go upstairs, check it. So I go in there, and the client must have left a couple of Diet Pepsis, and I came out and I says, here. She goes, no, I not Diet Pepsi. So before the session starts, she had to send her driver to get a Pepsi. So we were hanging out for a while before. So that's why we have a picture of her, which is classic, holding a Pepsi.
We got to get a picture of that.
That was funny. Video, you know what I mean? Because if they would have said, you know, she loves Pepsi, I would have had a case.
Right.
You know, like stuff like that's just funny that you don't forget. You know,
no
just
doubt about it.
So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go and take some video and have you talk about some of those people that you have had in the studio. Then we're gonna go into the studio. To the sound room, I guess it is. What's the control room? See, I don't know the terms, but you do. We're gonna go in there.
You just
I just sing.
Somebody else booth.
That's right. I'm gonna go in the
We'll
booth.
put him in the booth. Watch him sing. We'll put him in front of the
Yeah, like
mic.
last time. I'm like, you know. So we're gonna do that. But before we do that, we got to talk about the word of the week from last time.
Last week's word of the week was a double word, right?
Yep.
Pizza, GIANA. And then again, we said it because it was Easter. How do you say that?
I say it pizza gain.
I love it. That's how I say it. Now there was another way, right? Or another.
Frittata.
Okay,
They call it. It's both of them
What did Pat
Italian
say? What did
pies.
Pat say in the video? He said
Pizza Pena or
Vienna.
something. Piena.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pizza Bana or something like that. I never heard that. That was the first
me
time I ever
neither.
heard it. So what is it? You know, for lack of better terms, you said it before.
It's an Italian pie. Yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
an Italian quiche. Like it's
So hearty though, man.
So good.
Packed
Did you ever have the squash flowers?
No.
Oh man.
What?
My father used to pick the squash flowers and make patties.
No.
They were the best in the world, man.
Look at this.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
telling you.
I know.
I used to.
Let's go eat.
Put them in. I have a paper towel. Take them. I was eating them like.
Was he fried? Well, how do you eat?
Fry them. They're like unbelievable.
Breaded, what do
Yeah,
you
just
do?
put them in with egg. I don't know how he did it. You know, like I wish I know, but man, there was
Sounds
nothing
similar.
like
My wife makes like almost like a fried zucchini almost, and I wonder if that's because
it was the
Right?
squash flowers.
Yeah.
These were, man. How
Egg,
about
bread,
dandelions?
fried?
You eat dandelions?
No, my father said the same
Chicoria.
thing.
They're
Yeah,
good.
yes.
Chicoria, man.
Oh, my
They're
gosh.
great for you. Iron.
Look at you.
They're
when I
packed
was
with iron.
with Mike Franzese and his dad Sonny, we were at that one restaurant. We had the zucchini flowers. They were deep fried.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's it, man.
It
Was it awesome?
delicious? Yeah.
Oh.
A place called Russo's over in Howard Beach.
Okay.
Really good. Yeah.
Nice. So hey, back to let's go. We can go on a rabbit trail all night. So all right, we're gonna take a quick time out. We'll go check out this place.
All right, Lorenzo. So here we are in the control room.
That's right.
What? What are you pointing at me?
You're gonna say
Because
HQ,
it's
right?
otherwise known as HQ headquarters,
Headquarters
baby.
for Luna Sound.
That's
State of the art, the best you can get. Tell us about what you have here.
This
Top
is,
notch, top of the line.
Top notch, top of the line.
One step of the nine. So this is things.
Only the best.
Things changed through the years. I used to have, which it used to be analog. Everything was. Some people still believe in analog.
Yeah.
I had a 24-track tape machine, and now just you don't see any console. Which people walk in and go, "Well, how can you record without a console?" You know, and it's impressive, the mixer and like all the knobs and everything. But now what you can do through Pro Tools HDX, which is their top of the line, they have other lesser lines, is you can create virtual tracks. It's hardware based and hard drive based. So like if we were creating a session right here, let's just say if you guys brought in a band, you need it. I don't know. Like years ago, it used to be started off a 4-track. You had a 4-track machine, then was 8-track, and then went up to 16, and then 24 was like wow, and then they would sync 2 24s together if you needed more. Now, just if I needed 24 tracks, I could just go right here, right now, and I can create. I say here, right here, I want 24 tracks, and boom, here's
That's
20.
insanity.
Yep, here's 24 tracks that are just ready to record. And these are your
my
faders,
Wow.
just like you would normally. I could do.
So
with
it's just
command.
like you're on a soundboard,
Yeah.
but it's computerized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like if I had, I could and everything is automated. So if this is a sound on here, I'm just gonna let me just like if I was recording, like something.
Is that what the red blinking light means? That
Yes,
you're in the middle of
yeah,
recording?
yeah, so-
Interesting.
So
Here.
should I sing?
You want to sing, man? You go right in the booth. This is all normalized. So nobody actually
Jack
brings
up
in
our
amps
views like
anymore.
this.
Yeah, I mean,
So every
like Elvis.
Yeah.
So everything is. So there's all inputs throughout the studio. So nobody brings in amps. Yeah, which is amp simulator. So any amp they want, you could simulate. So this would be recording right now. You see, it's recording the time and all.
Oh yeah.
So just pretend there was audio on here, and I wanted to do. Let's just do this. Here, we'll do a volume change. I'm going to draw, and like now, years ago, you'd bring down, if you wanted the volume to come down, you bring it down. Now I could draw it. So if I wanted to bring down this volume, here, I'm going to do this.
Wow.
I'm drawing in the volume. Now, what I just drew there,
like an architect,
that's going to reflect this. You'll see what I drew in. Watch. And you'll see this fader. See it?
Oh, my goodness,
So it's automating. So whatever I do, so you could be exactly precise. So say you needed that, to end at 3 minutes exact. Say that was 3 minutes. That would go right down, right at the end. You'll see it go down real quick.
Wow.
See it? And this is with everything, reverbs, delays. Everything is automated.
Sick.
So you can be really precise, and I got so used to doing it because even when I started doing it, I did away with the console. Even musician friends go, "You're crazy, man! How can you record without a console? That's ridiculous. I'll never do da." I love it, and which is so hip. So if I don't like what I just did, it's gone.
See,
those
that
changes are gone.
So a little bit different than what you were talking to us before about when you used to do mixes and cuts about a cassette.
It was reel to reel.
Okay.
When people record on reel to reel, it was 2-inch Ampex 456 is what everybody recorded on. But then from there you would bounce your 2-track stereo mix to 1/4-inch. That would be the master. So if somebody wanted to change something, you would grab the reels and scrub here, and you go right on the beat with a China marker. You make your mark under the tape. You pull it out. You have a chop block. You cut it with a razor. You make your next cut. You put a little piece of tape on it. Label the tape with a China marker. Tape it on the wall. Listen to the edit. And if somebody wanted to put it back in, you have to take that tape off and insert it. I used to love doing it. I mean, that was a real art. It was really cool.
Could you
You
still
got
do it?
used to it. Yeah,
Like riding a
I
bike?
could still do it. Yeah, it just takes. That would take.
Oh, forget about it.
Forget it. This I could do instantaneous. So, like, if this was, here we're going back to the waveform. Say this is, like a voice in here. I could just go like right here and say cut, boom, gone.
Yeah.
That quick.
It's amazing.
And if I made a mistake or something, boom, I put it right back in.
And now, so from here, when somebody comes in and they're recording sound and whatnot, they're singing in that booth out there.
Right.
So how are you connected? Is there a speaker wire going across?
Everything. Everything that I wired is, you don't see any wire.
Wow.
I'm like a kind of a fanatic with wire, so you don't see anything. So all the wires, so that booth is normalized into here. Everything throughout the studio, the drum kit is all.
Wow.
Normalized in here. So, and everybody just wears headphones and hears each other. So they could be as loud as they want in the headphones. And if I shut this off, you don't hear nothing.
Right.
You just see them like,
Right. What is it coming through? Is it coming through?
Either one of these. When I master, I go through these 3 sets of speakers.
Okay.
'Cause this would sound like normal.
Mm-hmm.
This is like more like a radio, and these are like standard in the industry for like where you get your lows and everything.
Okay.
So you go between the 3, like 1, 2, 3, and when you get a real nice blend between the 3, then you're on the money.
Wow.
So if we're looking to sing, we're looking to record music.
What do you mean if you're looking? You told me you were
here.
gonna do it. What are you talking about?
I meant for the people watching. right now.
Okay.
Let me rephrase. If you're looking to sing, if you're looking to record, right? That's it. Luna Sound.
Yeah,
Come on
yeah.
down, North Caldwell. So why don't you take us over there? Show us maybe some of the pictures, things you did. All right? Let's do it.
Absolutely.
All right, Lorenzo. So this is the entrance of your studio, right?
That's right.
So people come through the door, they sit down, and while they're waiting to do whatever they're going to do here, they're looking at all of these pictures on the wall, and you have some amazing pictures of some very famous people. And you have athletes, you have singer-songwriters, you have politicians, you name it. I mean, as I'm looking right here, listen, big Yankee fans, right?
Me too, man.
Right? Mariano Rivera,
Mariano.
the greatest closer ever. is right here. So you know Mariano, you met Mariano?
Yeah, he is wonderful, man. I mean, he was my favorite Yankee, and to get to meet him, man, was like a dream come true. And he is who he is. I mean, he is just a loving, great guy,
humble
personable.
guy.
Yeah, absolutely. The way that what you see is what you get with him.
And
Like
enter Sandman.
right?
Lights out.
Absolutely, man. You know.
And we have a lot of Yankee fans, but maybe one of the best Yankee fans of all time, and America's mayor, right?
Right.
Giuliani. Mayor Giuliani, right there.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. That's when I was playing with the Duprees, and he was at one of the shows, and that was backstage, and that was his son, Darren, I forgot, but he was a young kid back then. This is a long time ago.
Okay.
But that was just backstage at one of the shows I was doing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, the Godfather.
Gianni Russo.
Carlo.
Yeah, that's
right?
Carlo.
Gianni Russo.
Yeah. Another great guy, man. And that was, this shot here was at his loft. I did an interview with him not so long ago, within the last year. But this was a classic shot.
One of the best scenes.
Oh, yeah, with the garbage can.
Yeah.
And I think I showed you in his loft, in a frame, he has the garbage can.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Sonny
man.
goes and just
beats him up on the street.
Oh, yeah. That's right. What a.
But he's got a great wine out, and he's got vodka that he put out now.
And he still performs, right?
He still performs. He sounds great. Yeah, I went and caught him a few times in New York. He's still out there doing it.
We have to go out. I mean, Ronnie and the whole crew. We all have to go out and go.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then Little Italy in the city.
Little Italy.
Frankie C.
Frankie C. He owned Lumella. May he rest in peace. He was a great friend. We became very close when I was on tour with LaToya Jackson. Yeah. He was a part of that tour, and then we became roommates on the tour. Really, in Mexico City, we really connected because I was the only guy to be up all night long, and he wanted to go have sushi at 3 a.m. or something. But he was fantastic.
And his restaurant was
Lumella's
really authentic because listen, at one time Little Italy in Manhattan was 40 block radius.
Absolutely. Now it's like
now it's one block and it's completely nothing like it used to be. It's more of a tourist trap. But his place is still, or it was then, was still great. You know, really authentic. They keep bringing the food out like family style.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. You know?
It's still there, and I think it's either
still there.
His sister
still in the family,
and his godson took it over, something like that. Yeah, but
And speaking of, again, more Yankees. You got Mark Teixeira.
Sure.
You got Joe Girardi. And our good friend Joe Battaglia.
I love Joe. He's the best, man.
Yep.
He's I call him the Christian Godfather.
Oh yeah.
Like he knows
everybody.
Everybody.
He knows everybody. And then you got Cardinal O'Connor right here.
Yeah, that was it.
And there's LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
Got Hulk Hogan. And
Dionne Warwick. Yeah. She did something here a little while back, but she sounded great, man.
So she was the aunt of Whitney Houston, right?
Yes.
How was the relationship? What's the relationship between? Isn't it Sissy Houston?
Yeah.
She was a gospel singer.
Right. Absolutely.
They're cousins, I think.
Yeah.
Sissy
and actually, so was the niece. I mean, they all started in the church singing, man. Whitney Houston was one of my favorite singers ever. I think female singer, phenomenal.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, there's so many people. Of course, you got Jesus right here, right? The center,
without Jesus, we wouldn't be here talking.
Right.
I owe everything to him.
Awesome.
That's why he's center and with a gold frame. Everybody else has a black frame.
That's right. He's right in the middle. He's the main one.
He's the main one.
Then you got Holyfield.
Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a long time ago.
And you got Oliver North.
Ollie North.
Frankie Valli, baby.
Valli.
And it was Bobby. Bobby Valli. Brothers here.
Brothers over. This is Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
It's Frankie and Bobby. And that's Eddie Brigati. That was with the. He did the background on Young Rascals, but he was with Joey D and the Starlighters. Chubby Checker. Johnny Maestro, one of the best voices ever, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then you got
Eric Estrada. Well, he's phenomenal from Boss Gags.
Yep. You got LaToya Jackson. That's when I kind of met Frank way back then. Wow.
That's how I was drawing little Anthony right here.
For little Anthony, what, in the Imperials?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when there's a shot when I was playing. Yeah, that's him too.
Yeah.
But this when I was on playing drums.
Uh-huh.
Did a couple of gigs for him.
Gloria Gaynor,
Gloria
I Will
Gaynor,
Survive.
absolutely.
I Will Survive.
Wonderful, wonderful person.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Kathy Lee Gifford, and here she is again, which is wild. I was engineering this. Just a short story. I was engineering the show. I was up in the booth engineering the whole night. At the end of the night, I got done, just ready to leave, and I just started laughing. I got a tap in the back because Paulie recognized my laugh. He said he got the hair stood up on his back, and he goes, "Hey, Lorenz, what are you doing here?" I go, "I was engineer. What are you doing here?" He goes, "I'm playing bass for her tonight."
Wow.
So he's phenomenal. He's local, but he's remember Nina? She did 99 Balloons.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
he writes with her. He has a place in Germany with her. He's played with Enrique and Glacies.
Uh-huh.
Billy Joel, he played bass for her at the Garden.
Right.
Paul, a million people. Great bass player, man. And these are two, like Eddie Brigati from the Rascals. That's his brother Dave, but he's one of my favorite people. I love Eddie. Real
Tony
cool.
Orlando.
Tony Orlando.
Right? Tony Orlando and Dawn tie a yellow ribbon
That's
around
right.
the old oak tree.
That's right.
Right. And what was the other one? Candida.
Yeah.
We can make
That's
it.
right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just know so many people.
Knocked three times.
Knocked 3 times.
Yeah.
On the scene.
Foskaggs. One of my favorite artists ever. That was from the
Vito.
Silk Degrees album.
Yeah.
And he's just a really humble, beautiful guy, man.
Yeah. So you had so many people that you've met.
Right.
Many of these people have been here to your
Right,
studio
right.
to do different things.
Right.
So this is really cool.
Thank you.
So thanks for letting us
I've
come
been
in.
blessed. Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah.
This is fun.
All right, so that was great. Really enjoyed this opportunity to come in here and spend time with Lorenzo, our buddy.
Thank you, man.
So this kind of
Crescibene.
this is it. Crescibene.
Fantastic.
Love you guys.
Love you, bro.
brother.
This
This was
show
awesome,
is great. Good luck with it, man. I think
Thank
it's
you.
terrific. Really.
Thank
You guys
you.
are doing great, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
Really?
Look, obviously, we're doing great. Look where we ended up here tonight.
I mean,
Look at the sound.
I'm watching
sound.
the episodes. I
The
think
best
they're
of the best.
dynamite.
This is fantastic. So we hope you guys enjoyed the show. What is this, Joe? What's the conclusion of what episode?
What, 19.
19.
Episode 19.
That's it.
Take us home.
I'm Ronnie A.
I'm Joey the Rash.
I'm out.
Ciao. Love you, Dad.